Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Tim and this is Tim the Trailman, and today I've got a mod for you that won't necessarily seem like a mod that is for overlanding or off-roading, but let me tell you what, this mod is going to help your vehicle last longer, be more reliable, and let it operate at peak efficiency. So if you're like me, I don't enjoy spending money on off-road vehicle repairs. I don't enjoy it when my vehicle leaves me stranded out on a trail. And I don't like thinking in my head that the vehicle is not getting the best treatment and care that I possibly could provide for it. So without further ado, let me show you what that mod is. It's this guy here, an oil separator catch can. Now there's a couple other videos that describe what this does better than I can do. I'm going to give it my best shot, of course, but let me go over what it does. So the engine is going to circulate vapors from the crankcase, and then they put them back into the engine. You don't want those vapors and everything going back into the engine. It can get caught in a catch can. If your car is supercharged, turbocharged, or direct injection, those are the vehicles that are going to need it most. Mine's a 4Runner and has none of those. If it's going to help those vehicles out, why would I not put it on mine and allow it to help out even more? I'm also going to put the oil catch can on my Tundra and 4Runner at the same time. The cool thing about my Tundra, it's a V8 and it has over 296,000 miles on it. The 4Runner is a V6 and it has just over 32,000 miles. So just for my own entertainment, I'm going to be comparing the mileage I drive on it versus the oil that it catches, and to see if an older engine and a V8 produces more oil vapors on the same amount of mileage and type of driving that a V6 with a newer engine produces. So real quick, let's go over kind of what an oil catch can does and how it works and why the engine produces these vapors that are recirculated. Okay, so let's go over how a catch can works on a 4-stroke engine, which is in most modern cars today, not including electric vehicles. The 4 strokes of the engine are going to be an intake for air, compression, compressing the fuel and air, then the power stroke after the spark plug, not including diesels of course, and then the exhaust stroke. Again, it's suck, squeeze, bang, blow. On that compression stroke, when the fuel and air is being compressed, there are rings around the piston. That blow-by gets into the bottom of the crankcase depending on the wear and tear of the engine. Those vapors get trapped in the crankcase. They need to be relieved pressure so it doesn't blow out the rear or front main seals of the engine or the oil pan gasket and cause leaks and things like that. So what the engine is designed to do is purge those vapors back into the intake manifold. Fun fact, long time ago, before we started caring about the environment, the engines actually just had a hose and they just purged them under the engine bay, and then the vapors went in and out into the open air. With the oil catch can installed, the vehicle becomes a little bit higher maintenance because the oil that's being recirculated or vapors that are being separated in the catch can fills up this container. The manufacturer says it's about 1 ounce per 1,000 miles. This is a 3-ounce can, so about every 3,000 miles you need to empty this. Remember, the win is this was going to be going back into your engine and there's no need to be recirculating that, causing the engine to not work at optimal efficiency. For a better explanation of how a catch can works, you can see Engineering Explained. He has made a few videos on this as well. And then for an installation video, you can go to JLT or J&L Oil Separator and they will show you the install for your 4Runner or your Tundra or maybe even other vehicles, but I looked at both of those. They both do a great job of explaining it on how to install it and how it works. Now let's move into how I'm going to install it on the 4Runner and I'll show you the finished product. Everything you need is provided in the box to install it. It's super simple. On my truck it took about 10 minutes. For the 4Runner I expected it to be about the same. So you're going to have your oil catch can, you're going to have a mount, and then you're going to have 2 hoses that put the catch can in line between the PCV valve, positive crankcase ventilation, and then back into the intake. Okay, so I've got it installed and you can see where the hose on the 4Runner runs from the back of the valve cover area up to the catch can and then back to the intake manifold. So the vapor is going to flow through here, cool down, run into the catch can, and then all the clean air and less contaminated vapors are going to go into the intake. This is going to keep the intake valves clean and allow the engine to get the best fuel mileage possible. We do know that a 4Runner needs all the help it can get for good fuel mileage. I want to give a shout out to the patrons. Thank you for your support. It means a lot to the channel and myself. And if you'd like to be a patron too, please head on over to patreon.com/Tim the Trailman. Okay, so I've got the oil separator installed in my 4Runner and I've got the oil separator installed in my Tundra. And in the near future, after about 1,000 miles of driving in the 4Runner and in the Tundra, I'm going to do another video updating on what has been captured and how much, and seeing that if 1,000 miles per ounce is roughly how it's going to go. I drive the Tundra daily, so that's going to get there quicker. The 4Runner normally gets driven only on the weekends, so it's going to take a little bit longer. Both vehicles get driven in the city and in the highway, so the driving conditions should be similar for both. I'm excited to see how an old engine that has high mileage versus a new engine with low mileage, how it compares. If you want to see more content like this, please hit that thumbs up button, the subscribe button, and thank you for watching.